Ooh, hello historical people, it's Wes talking about English longsword again today. We get my glove on and of course cup of tea, new rule. Bunch of people online chatting about Moullinettes and stuff, so why not jump on the bandwagon. Also Admiral Rover or whatever commented asking about it, so I've got a weird theory, working theory. Don't think it's working out too well for me, but with the double rounds in English longsword, I'm so a lot of people think they're just like zerkals. Some people just say it's like a horizontal cut. With the double round, some people think it just means two hands on the sword as opposed to one, which whatever. But if I look at this as double, as in do the action twice, I was thinking the first cut comes over like this, and then you land into almost like your 12 hours workout move at the end there. Why? Show you my little girlfriend here. So if I just come for one, that's double round or whatever, then I'm kind of open. Yeah, not many players that say just start off throwing around anyway. But let's say I did start a play with a double round and I just came across, it's doable, especially if I'm doing the feet outwards and then homewards. It's not bad, not a bad deal. Like, you can use it, it's fine. But my little working theory was I'd come across and you almost crump out to come around with your next strike. So you come in, bang, and you basically send in the same attack out twice. And that was what I thought the double round was. After playing around with it a little bit and looking at like the next step in a few of these plays or lessons or whatever you want to call them, I thought that coming into that and then into your sort of 12-hour position worked really well, because then you can get into your pendant guard or your quarter guards, and then you're usually sending something like a quarter out anyway. So that's what I thought. But what benefits does that give you compared to that or compared to just attacking with two? Either way. So main thing with any of the single actions, they work really good as like a counter, so attacking their attack. So let's say I've provoked you with my hawk, like in the first Harleyan lesson, provoke you with a hawk, you've come to do something and I've just slapped out and then got out of the way. That's not a bad little move, okay? But it's used in a very specific way. So that is me using it as provoke, come off, in, oh, you're chasing me, no thank you. Whereas if I look at it as more of a offensive building action, let's say I'm fighting someone more defensive, if I hawk in and then I come round like this, I've given you what you think is almost an overhowl, or maybe what you think is that round, displaced it with my crump or with just that little Moullinet action, and then bang, I'm in a nice protected guard position, I'm ready to back out, whatever. So a few different options there. Obviously if I just took the double round to be the doubles workout, fair enough, that could work. If I hawk in and then bang, bang, it's not too bad. But when you look at the footwork they want you to adopt with it, I'm not sure if it holds as well. So if I hawk in and then zerkow, not bad actually. So it's worth playing around with all of them. The other little thing I was thinking earlier, I hawked in, instead of going into a zerkow, if I want to keep the point up, it comes out, crumps, and then out again. And you're almost getting ready to just keep spinning them around like that. And there are a few plays later on that really do say run rounds at the head, or perform like 3 double rounds or something, which is 1, 2, which is ridiculous. And I don't know who would ever do that, but I'm sure as fuck going to try it in sparring, so we'll see. But that is just fun. So yeah, there's 2 things that the extra spinniness or the little crumpow thing putting in there does. If any of you don't know what crumpow is, by the way, it's when you turn your blade over. If you've seen one of my recent videos about the pendant guard, saying like whenever you turn the blade over, it's a really good spot to move back into your pendant guard, or move into your, even just into an ox guard or something like that. So why it's important to have something moving out there, mental drain on your opponent. If that's just fucking out there spinning, doing all sorts of shit, you don't really know what I'm doing. If I send that out, you might react, and then I'm like, oh cool, I can hit them there now, because they've moved to displace me, or moved to parry me, or moved whatever to strike against my strike. And I've fucked it off, and now I'm in. The other thing is sort of keeping that distance clear as well. So if they do anything, there's a chance you can just snap and catch that. Whereas if I'm just doing my one action, I need to make sure I'm doing that at the right time, or it gives me less sort of bug out, if that makes sense. But also less working parts, so maybe easier to pull off, maybe easier to think about. Also, I find that would be really fucking, I've never seen anyone really just come into fights like this. But then maybe that's one of the unique parts of English Longsword. I think it would be hilarious if we just, if like compared to the others, obviously you have the German counter-fight type stuff with Mayer and Lichtenauer, and then the Italians are very posture focused or whatever. And if the English just came in like, fucking come on then, which wouldn't surprise me at all actually. But yeah, so that's my thought on the spinny bits, or the potential spinny bits in English Longsword. I also think that a lot of the movements that they're telling you to do, especially when they say to hawk something, they're expecting you to come straight back into a guard like this, and you're always working from kind of a higher line with whatever you're doing. Even when you look at the pendant guards, it makes sense that you're protecting that higher line, and then when you are attacking the legs, it's a big sweeping action from at a distance. So I think it's quite a high line focused thing. I've seen even Gareth in his book, to be fair, talks a lot about using like the plough guards, but at least in the Harleyan manuscripts I'm going through at the minute, everything seems to be better working from top. So anyway, hopefully that's been useful. See you in a bit.